What's up, guys? It's Dan from Coin Bureau Trading. Today, we're going to take a look at the crypto market's bounce over the last 24 hours and whether this bounce could turn into a recovery rally. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ping that notification bell. Before we get started, do keep in mind that nothing in this video is financial advice. It's just my personal analysis of the crypto market. Your analysis could be different, and if it is, that's awesome, because the more difference of opinion that we have, the better traders and the better investors we're all going to become. So starting off, guys, getting straight into it, of course, I don't have to explain that there's all these big liquidations over the weekend, and since that time, we are starting to get a bounce, which is completely normal. When there's a big drop like we saw over the weekend, crypto prices tend to experience a bounce, and then it's after that bounce has happened that we can say, okay, our price is going to recover and continue higher, or are we going to get a rejection and a continuation lower? And the simplest way to do this, guys, whether it's for Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any of your favorite cryptos, literally just put on the Bollinger Bands with the default settings, whether you're on Binance or TradingView or whatever, just put on the Bollinger Bands with default settings, and you'll notice that they do a very good job of telling you which key levels you need to be watching. So for example, I'll zoom in here to the 4-hour. We can see now that Bitcoin, and this is also the case for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a few large cap altcoins. You can see that many large cap altcoins and Bitcoin are already above the Bollinger Band moving average on the 4-hour, and it looks like they're going to continue rallying higher. Of course, that means that we zoom out to the daily and we see, okay, what's the next level to watch? In this case, somewhere around 116.7. So let's say 117,000, just to keep things simple. What this means is that Bitcoin is likely to rally up to around 117,000 probably in the next couple of days. And then at that stage, we see, okay, does it get rejected from that level and does it continue rolling over, or will it get back above that level and continue powering higher? In the short term, though, it looks like Bitcoin is going to rally back up again to that 117,000 range. Moving on to Ethereum, same story. Looking at Ethereum on the daily here, the Bollinger Band moving average is somewhere around 4,250. If you want to be exact, it's 4,243. And if we zoom into the 4-hour, you can see Ethereum is nicely above the Bollinger Band moving average on the 4-hour. So that confirms to us that yes, we can start looking at the Bollinger Band moving average on the daily as the next level. If Ethereum can get above 4,250, then that means that Ethereum is probably going to recover. If it gets rejected, then we can start talking about lower lows. But in the short term, Ethereum is probably going to rally a little bit higher here, and it might have happened by the time you see this video. One thing that is promising here, though, guys, is you can see that on the daily for ETH BTC is already retesting the Bollinger Band moving average on the daily. If ETH BTC can get above this level, and I think that it will, because we have a nice little Morningstar pattern here, very nice bullish reversal pattern that suggests that ETH BTC is going to rise, and that suggests, of course, that everything is going to rally and that ETH is going to rally a lot more. And of course, eventually that will get into other altcoins. That's a perfect segue here into Solana. Same idea. Solana, again, zooming into the 4-hour, you can see, I believe it's, well, I mean, now it's in the process of breaking above the Bollinger Band moving average on the 4-hour. So again, we zoom out to the daily and see, okay, what's the next level to watch here? It'll be somewhere around $212. That level will probably be hit in the next couple of days here. And then at that stage, we can say, okay, is Solana going to get a rejection, or is it going to continue higher? Of course, as you guys know, in case it wasn't clear, my bias is that Solana is going to continue higher. Moving on to Sui, the exact same story here. Again, if you want to be super sure, you can zoom into the 4-hour. In this case, Sui is still kind of struggling to get above the 4-hour Bollinger Band moving average, but it looks like it's probably going to get above it in the next, well, few hours here. And then by the end of the day or tomorrow or in the next couple of days, don't be surprised if Sui rallies back up to around $3.2, which is the Bollinger Band moving average on the daily. And again, at that stage, that's when we can start saying, okay, the bounce is over. Are we going to see a recovery, or are we going to see a crash lower? But again, for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for Solana, for Sui, for most large altcoins, even the smaller altcoins, it looks like this bounce is going to continue at least for another couple of days. And if you do want to kind of, trade that bounce, then do check out the description. Just click on that more button there and check out this first link here, BitGet up to 50,000 USDT deposit bonus. Click on that link. It'll take you to a page that looks like this. As you guys can see, the Coin Bureau does have a partnership with BitGet, but on a personal level, I am a fan of this crypto exchange, and it has everything, not just, futures, and it has spot markets, it has tokenized stocks, it has on-chain trading, it has trading bots, AI bots and features and all that stuff. So do check it out, see if it's an exchange that's right for you, and it takes 2 seconds to sign up. And of course, you do, or you can rather, get some of these awesome deals here. But of course, it does depend on your trading volume and stuff like that. But again, on a personal note, I do think that BitGet is a great exchange to use. Anyways, guys, moving on now to others, which of course is another measure of altcoins. You can see here that on the daily, others is in the process of rallying scaling back up to 300 billion. That's probably going to happen in the next couple of days. And at that stage, we can say, okay, is there going to be a continuation lower, or will the crypto market continue powering higher? And again, to double check, you can check in on the 4-hour. And yes, others is in the process of breaking above the Bollinger Band moving average on the 4-hour as I filmed this video. And moving on to the total crypto market cap, guys, you can see the same thing. The total crypto market cap is likely going to rally to around 4 trillion, probably in the next couple of days here. This is completely normal. It's a normal bounce after a big drop lower. And again, as I'm going to repeat it again, that's after we've hit this key level, then we can start talking about, okay, is there going to be a continuation lower, or is there going to be a recovery? And again, to double check, you can literally just zoom into the 4-hour, and you can see here that the total crypto market cap is back above the Bollinger Band moving average on the 4-hour. So that's an awesome sign. Of course, Bitcoin dominance, that was I don't even know how to explain this move. Like, I'm probably going to have to do like a whole dedicated video. I'm sure there's still a lot of questions and stuff around like these liquidations and what it means for the market. In my view, it's kind of bullish for the simple fact that it's washed out all the longs of basically every single altcoin. So you've completely reset positioning and sentiment essentially, and that allows for a continuation higher in altcoins, which you could argue is precisely why Bitcoin dominance has fallen so sharply over the last couple of days here. And if we zoom into the 4-hour, guys, you'll notice that Bitcoin dominance is back below the Bollinger Band moving average on the 4-hour, and is potentially painting some little head and shoulders pattern here. And maybe I'll draw it out if it's not clear, something like this, and you have a head, you have another shoulder. What's really interesting, guys, is that we see a similar pattern actually on the US dollar. You can see that there's also a head and shoulders pattern potentially playing out here on the US dollar, which is very important because, as you guys know, DXY up, DXY down means everything else up. So we do want to see the DXY rolling over here, and it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen in the next couple of days. So all things considered, again, like, this bounce is still in progress. It'll probably be still happening by the time you see this video. So in the next day or two, don't be surprised if prices go a little bit higher. And then at that stage, we have to start asking, okay, is there going to be a continuation lower in all these cryptos, or is there going to be a breakout higher? And we're just going to have to play things by ear. And it's going to depend a lot on what happens with catalysts in the coming days. But again, as I've been saying, guys, watch the DXY, watch the US dollar. This will kind of tell us where everything is headed. If you see the DXY start to roll over, then this is going to be bullish for the crypto market and especially for altcoins. So just watch the DXY in the next couple of days to get a sense of whether we're going to get a break above these key resistance levels on all these cryptos, or if we're going to get a rejection and a continuation lower. In my view, it all depends on the DXY. Anyways, guys, if you did make it this far and you did find that information helpful, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ping that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.